This Labor Day weekend is a special event we're having with our candidates meeting with airport workers. If I could have the three candidates come up to the stage. The first one is Nikki Clark from the federal Mississauga-Malton NDP candidate. And next we have Ruby Sahota from the Liberal Party of Canada, the MP for Brampton North. I hope I have that right. And lastly, we have our representative from the Green Party of Canada, Chris Tolley, who's running for this in Toronto Danforth, my riding. The Conservatives did not respond to our invitations. They didn't even respond to our emails. Some people might say they are chicken. We find this unfortunate. They would have been given the same respect and treatment as anyone of the other candidates here. But just to give them a presence, we've made up a sheer crow over here, just to remind you that this is where the Conservative could have sat if they had responded to our invitations. I'm a flight attendant at the airport here. So our question is, as you may or may not be aware, flight attendants are only paid for their time in the air. Our time spent in airports on delays on the ground is not compensated, as it's not considered a flight credit. So what steps would your government take to end this practice of unpaid work that creates inequality? Thanks. Go ahead, Nikki Clark, with your first answer. Please use the mic, okay?
All right, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for the question. I just wanted to say that from the moment a worker enters the airport to receive passengers, to work on the ground level with baggage, any area, that is work. And work should be paid accordingly. I mean, that is not only an NDP stance, but it's common sense. So the NDP believes all work should be paid, period. And we believe that this problem can be resolved through collective bargaining. And it's the right and the duty of the employees and their employer to engage freely in collective bargaining without the interference of the government. So collective bargaining means having honest and frank discussions with employers and employees. Thank you.
Of course, the Liberal Party believes that all work should be paid, but not just the Liberal Party. According to federal legislation, all work should be paid. The federal legislation, as it stands right now, already states that all work, no matter whether it's in the air, on the ground, or anywhere, it should be paid. So, you know, like Nikki has mentioned as well, I believe that we need to find solutions, and we can help find solutions with you as this problem, I've just heard from you, has been occurring. You have legal methods of figuring out how you can maybe take the legislative approach, a legal approach to the problem, or a collective bargaining approach through your unions. And as a member of Parliament, I'd be willing to do whatever if I can help raise a voice in your case when it comes to this matter, because right now, legally, all work should be paid.
I, of course, echo what has already been said on the stage. All work must be paid. With the Green Party, we believe that labor rights are human rights, and this is absolutely essential that we follow through with this. It's self-evident the harm that is done to you when you work without pay, and to you. But I think it's also important for us to keep in mind that this is harmful to society as a whole. It devalues work. And what it also does is safety and health concerns for you are also for all of society. It impacts all of us. There was also a report that recently came out that talked about how stress and workplace stress had a $5 billion impact on our healthcare system. So while this is an issue to you and it's self-evident how harmful it is to you, it also impacts everyone else. And I think that's important for us to realize.